Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 667. Today we're doing battle with Vanessa. And so let's jump on in, see if we can't get a sweet ass build together today. Nice draft, sweet ass build. That's what you look for in every game, right? Hopefully we get something good here today. Get a little bit of Captain's Wheel. Let's just start saying it over and over and over again. We'll summon it forth and be guaranteed to have some successes out here. All right, there we go. And so let's see what jumps out here at Vanessa's quarter. Not anything too great here to start with. It's nothing that really drives us towards weapons. I really prefer to be going weapons in this patch. It feels to me just like pufferfish and weatherglass builds tend to be, good enough to get you to 7 wins, but not good enough to get you to 10. And so I'm not the hugest fan of chasing after those. And I also just don't like starting with pufferfish. It takes a fair amount of work to make the pufferfish not suck, right? You need some haste stuff. It needs other stuff built around it. This is a very mid-gamey kind of item. And so I'm not super interested in it. Otherwise, like bolas can be fine. It's strong enough to take down some of the early opponents. But as you see how we have like 250 health here, we'll have 300 health when the first PvP round comes around. Having an item that only deals 120 damage means you need to do a little bit of work to get it up and running. And so not as amped about it. Barrel is kind of safe. It's certainly weaker this patch now that it only boosts up shields with adjacent things, but still pretty decent. It should be strong enough to carry us through the early rounds. And Powder Flask I don't like starting with. It takes quite a bit to make the powder flask work in the early game, and you're just kind of giving up on the first couple of days if you don't high roll. And so we'll skip past it. I think the real choices here are bolas or barrel. I'm just going to kick off with barrel. Just so many builds in the early game that actually can't beat one of these things, and then we'll just try and work around building out to weapons or building out to something that that involves Captain's Wheel. We'll just go for Captain's Wheel barrel, and then that'll be enough to get us through the day, right? But jumping in as we start all these off, I want to get that level up before the first PvP round starts. Going to take all the experience points where we can. Can't beat the Viper, I don't believe, with the barrel. So let's just come out and fight the Haunted Kimono. I'm not a huge fan of trying to shoot for Lang Zang and playing with it bronze, and so really just looking for cooldown reductions off of the other fight. But with this one, seems like the scraps could be moderately useful. Not super useful, but just moderately, It plays much better with Pearl, right? Pearl is the one that you're actually activating super fast, but has a low shield value to it. And so if we just end up going kind of all in on aquatic stuff, maybe that'll be a thing. Not really interested in putting scraps next to barrel or on barrel, but we'll see how it goes. Kind of just regretting not going to the drone round and trying to pick up a feather.
Maybe a skirmish.
All right, but that works. Experience point for the second one. Appreciate it. Let's see what we get out of this last shop. Okay, non-weapon items. It at least combos with the barrel. We don't need to be dealing damage in these first few rounds. We can get by with just surviving on shields, and so that's okay. We do have a pretty heavy start into aquatic builds, though, and so let's see how this shakes out. Want to get coral first since we're buying more aquatic stuff, get those extra hit points on it, and this should just be good enough here, right? We don't need to roll to dig in anymore. There's not a ton of non-weapon items we're really looking for here. So yeah, let's just stop there. Save that money.
Another empty chest.
Okay, so with this, a few different ways to go about it. I mean, if you really want to dive in with the aquatic stuff here, you're going to focus on Pearl and try and hit that thing that gives your shields plus 20 shield. Plus 20 shield onto Pearl is a quite strong skill early. Otherwise, I want to find the good weapon stuff. So either crit skills or left-handed or right-handed for the 20 damage to a single weapon. Not great stuff here. Keen Eye is not terrible, but it builds in more with width than not with single items. I prefer to really chase after single item builds with this stuff. So yeah, I'm like immediately drawn to strength. That's at least works better, with 2 or 3 weapons. But do we really want to dig to right eye? I know we have this massive aquatic start, but I don't really plan on doing this for very long. Let's just at least take a right eye. It plays better with single item stuff. Kind of works with what we have here. And let's set up a little bit. So we'll put the scrap onto Pearl. I want the Pearl to be the thing with the crit on it. And then we'll put the beach ball out here to the left. It doesn't do anything as far as critical strikes go. And then our setup here should be fine. Everything on the left side was a 4-second cooldown with the beach ball and the coral. So it doesn't matter which of those is next to the barrel. They'll be activating at the same rate. This should be a pretty easy win. He's got the double scaling out here, right? He's got the core bringing scaling onto... Oh, it's the charge core. He's only got the scaling on the power sander, but it's going to be nowhere near close enough to deal with the barrel. This is kind of what I was talking about, you know. I don't want to stick to building to barrel. It doesn't scale enough into the late game like it used to, but it's strong enough now, right? In this immediate moment. It is kind of interesting, though. The thing that draws me most to aquatic is actually Pearl. I think if you're able to get Pearl with fiery or Pearl with poison on it, that's the actual build that you're looking for in aquatic, but it's so hard to find them now with the rework to the way enchants go. You can't really count on it. I hope they... I get what they were doing with enchantments. I'm not super happy with how enchantments are right now. The things that really kind of grind my gears with enchantments is, number one, it's such a high-powered build-around aspect to what you get when you get to level 10, but you can get, as your only enchant option, Obsidian, the one that gives a weapon lifesteal, on a board that has no weapons. You can have literally 0 weapons on board or in your backpack and get offered up Obsidian and go, cool, guess I'm not getting more than 7 wins today, right? That's a fair bummer, and it feels like there should probably be one more option out there without you having to roll. Like, giving you 3 options was probably a bit too much in terms of always finding either like deadly, fiery, or poison. But now it's just like, I don't know, there's a lot of feels bad ties into it now. It feels like it's very challenging to get past 7 wins if you don't have good enchantments, and your fate is very handily left to RNGesus on that round, and so it's kind of tough out there. Nonetheless, let's move on. Let's go to the Mountain Pass. See if we can't get some of these bonus experience shops. Covetous Thief turns up. I appreciate it. Decent stuff out of here with the cloak and with the whetstone. I guess there could be a world to where we put the cloak next to the pearl and then try and pufferfish that way. Just get a bunch of haste activations off of the pearl. You don't have to use the cloak as a means to scale up attack. You can just use it as a haste engine. Alright. Another fairly easy win, though. Barrel doing that hard work here in the early game.
The rookery remembers. I know the eastern sky is beautiful at dawn.
Alright, grindstone.
But can we get moving?
So what else we got here? Experience points or non-weapon items. Let's just take the experience. Then in the next set, we can beat the Rogue Scrapper pretty easy. I'm fine to just keep trying to grab as many experience points here as we can. Give us a little bit of wiggle room if we need to pass on some EXP shops later on. All right. Another exciting sandstorm battle. Hope you all are having a good day out there. Nice day out here in KC. We were afraid we were getting another Snowmageddon. It was a rough forecast where they're like advertising between either 3 and 10 inches, and I get the potential problem in the sense that if you predict 3 to 10 and you only get 3, everybody's just kind of sad. But if you know it's like realistically only 3 to 6 and like 9 or 10 inches of snowfall and people didn't prepare for it, people can legitimately just die. And so I get it. I get it. It's a bit the shitty LOL. The city shut down for half a day came back up. But it's always kind of fun to have the big snowfalls come down. All right, moving on though. I'm still taking that the loot item maybe like 90% of the time out of those shops. Now here, I still can't decide with this stuff. Like I didn't think you were supposed to be able to find large items until like day 3. I'm still occasionally finding them on day 1, and so I wouldn't be opposed to going to Midsworth looking for Crow's Nest. Don't hate just some of the large item options at this stage of the game, but it just doesn't seem super likely to be turning up. And so I think we'll just play it safe here, take the money, take the experience point. Hopefully we just find a decent shop a little bit further. Probably stuck going to items. Got to pass on the experience point. We need to fill out our board with something. So upgrade to Pearl is fine. Don't really want Lang Zang. Lighter doesn't fit with anything. Not a great set here. We're definitely going into battle next round. Our items are all shit. We can say do something like this. Let's say barrel Pearl Beach Ball out here, and then bring in the pet rock and put the whetstone on it. I don't hate it. I also don't hate just saying that we're probably strong enough with the barrel on its own. I was kind of hoping that we would stack in another item here so we weren't just kind of like playing at level 2. But we should probably be okay. It's going to depend on if this is a burn dually or not. Like, burn dually is going to be a struggle since you can just scale up and scale up and scale up. That's unfortunately what we have here. But depending on how we set up, he may not be able to get the big scaling going off of his core. But yeah, just a bit of a low roll. Like we could beat any weapon dually. Poison dually would be a problem. But yeah, this just running into burn kind of is what it is. We wouldn't be able to beat this guy anyways if we like pulled the heal and put in the weapon and the whetstone. Like we wouldn't deal enough damage fast enough to be able to get the takedown. But yeah, as we're up into like the 80s and the 90s of the burn, seems like we're struggling. I don't know. We might be able to actually survive this one. One more barrel hit, so close. We were like a quarter of a second away from another barrel activation, and that definitely would have got it for us. Just the way the RNG happens with the beach ball, I guess. All right, bummer. All right, though, moving forward, let's see. We can go to the silver item shop. Maybe this will give us a little bit more direction. And so this should be a fairly defining kind of moment in the way we try to build up here. There's a silver cove and then the submarine. Submarine, like, I'm kind of okay with. It's a nice transitionary item into a flagship build, right? It's decent early. It's not that great late. It can be a reasonable kind of like supplementary item if you have a build, say like double barrel Captain's Wheel Submarine Crow's Nest. Like it can fit in there reasonably well where like flagship doesn't work. But it's not something we want going into the late game. Otherwise, there is the Cove, which my thing with aquatic builds is you really need like Cove to make it work. The way that I think that the aquatic builds are actually decent in this game is you're going to start with Cove, and then you're going to get Captain's Wheel, and then that's going to be like your Captain's Wheel combo, right? After that, you'll have a pufferfish, you'll have a couple of shield items, and then like you're kind of off to the races, probably just like a barrel and a seaweed. But the other items that you would want in a Captain's Wheel aquatic build don't really fit in that well, right? If you're trying to make a build with, say, like Captain's Wheel Water Wheel, you're devoting 5 items on the board to haste, and that's just way too much. And so there's nothing else that transitions into pirate ship, whatever you get multicast is called, except for Cove. And so like getting it early, seems to be the way to go. The downside with Cove is it takes a long time to scale up, right? You used to be able to get Cove on day 1. You could sell a bunch of shit, and then if it just turned into a economic item, that was fine. But getting it on day 1, you had a lot of opportunities to just sell stuff so that it would scale up on its own. Now that we're just getting it at the start of day 3, we are lacking a fair amount in terms of what the Cove is able to scale. But if we're ever going to go for that kind of build, this is the time to do it. I think the legitimate way to take this run and this build is probably just taking submarine and trying to just convert over to weapons. But I think I like the idea of taking Cove and seeing if we can't get this version of the build to work. So actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take Cove. We had some stuff we could sell. We can get rid of Whetstone. Selling Whetstone gives us the money to purchase Submarine. Not a huge fan of Submarine plus Whetstone. It just doesn't scale well enough. Now we can just upgrade the Submarine out here, and we're going to look to do something like this. We'll level up soon enough and be able to get the barrel and other items out here. And I think that this will be a nice transition into the mid game here. So that looks good. Out of money now, so we got to go to the crate store. I think that's what it's called, crate store. And now we can kind of flesh out this build the rest of the way, right? We're not going to have room for beach ball out here, but I think that this look is okay for the moment. So we're not going to have anything to upgrade with these, so let's go to the bronze skills. Of course, it's all weapon stuff. Left-handed's probably not horrible. It's good right now, right? I think we need some time to get good right now, especially since Cove is not leveled up at this point, right? It's basically just an activator for the barrel. And so I think we should probably just take this left-handed so that we have a way to be active in combat at the moment. Let's move it out to the end so we get this crit on it as well. So that looks good. Come out here and fight the scout trooper. I think we can beat all of these. It's tough for the early opponents to even just beat a submarine. It's so the health, the shield we get out of submarine along with barrel should be quite strong. Okay. So yeah, with this build, this is the kind of stuff you kind of plan on to have the majority of the way. Submarine will come out. We'll put in a pufferfish. Probably take out coral. Put in a captain's wheel, and then see if we can't find like a heal barrel or something. Heal enchant something to make it so we aren't shields only, just dying to poison. All right, so that looks good. I'm fine with going to the chocolate bars at this point. We do need to be picking up a pufferfish at some point, but getting this kind of early stacking in on the Cove is kind of nice. All right, let's check out the skills. So we will be looking towards poison. Doesn't do anything right now, but it's something to stack for in the near future. Toxic weapons don't really want. Let's just take the initial dose now. Okay, up against the pig. Take these few upgrades onto the Cove where we can. Don't really want to be losing early. And so let's stack these in. That's why that last round was such a pain point. Like Vanessa on day 14, day 15 can't stack up to the other opponents. And so taking these early losses is definitely painful. Got to beat opponents like this that just haven't got their direction yet, right? He's got a crook but doesn't have any other items. He's got this silk scarf that he's kind of leveling up, but he's not leveling up a dog with it. Weights doesn't do anything with the scarf. Like, he doesn't have his direction yet. But losing to a round like this would be a bit of a disaster. We're okay though. He's not causing any problems. Got that big ass mountain of shields out here. Next time I'll show you what I learned. Is that what Pig says? Alright. Got a victory. What do we got? Ooh, level up. What do we got in these skills? So nothing useful yet. Flashy mechanic is a little interesting. The captain's wheel is a tool, but I don't want to be too speculative. We already kind of speculated on initial dose. I'd like to see if we can't pick up a shield-based skill. Didn't turn up. Could potentially land on something like large appetites, but it's probably not worth chasing after. I'm also just kind of envisioning maybe maybe we don't chase after the cove and we find the way to make this submarine to work. We'll just stack up iron sharpens iron. Very real chance we just convert over. All right, so what you got for us? Let's jump in on this eating contest. Same deal, you know. If we do get to stick with the cove, getting the bonus health, getting those extra stacks is kind of nice. Let's jump into aquatic items. Lots of good things could come out of this. I was gonna say if crow's nest turns up, I'm just switching. You know, it just kind of is what it is. I had the greatest of intentions of doing the cove poison build, but we were just getting to the point to where. The signs are pointing away from it, and so we'll take the crow's nest. Let me see here real quick. Trying to see if we have the money to roll. We can't just sell the cove for a bunch of money whenever we want. I was hoping to not kind of blow our wad on the old cove here, but if we want to take a roll into aquatic items, come out and try and find. Flagship, that would be the big one. Come out and try and find a captain's wheel as well would be nice. Don't really want to sell the barrel, though. I think this is the point where we just sell the cove. Collect that $20. Okay. Didn't hit. There's the puffer fish. It's just too late, my friend. It's too late. We've already abandoned ship on that. Left one ship for a different one, huh? Alright, we'll fight the Boiler Room Brawler here. Not a great set of opponents here for us. We're really just trying to high roll the energy potion. Can get some usage out of that flashy mechanic we talked about earlier. But yeah, just switching over to a weapon build. And so there's a few different ways I like to tackle weapons with this kind of start. This usually just points towards something like Flagship. But we're not super locked in on it. Like the captain's wheel is the thing that we're definitely going to lock in, and then it's just a matter of figuring out those last two slots of what you're going to do. So interesting set here. We got the small or the medium and large item shop. Just lots of stuff out of this one that we would like to pick up. Oh, that's port. We're not interested in port. I thought it was I thought it was our flagship, but it wasn't. I'm not opposed to things like trebuchet. If you imagine like trebuchet, where the submarine is, captain's wheel, and then something like double barrel, it's not terrible, but it's not that great here at bronze. I think we'll just stick with the submarine for the moment. It's just like when you have something like iron sharpens iron and you have the single weapon item with left-handed, I typically just want to be going into a single item build, and you know, so the submarine's fine enough. This will probably end up to be like sniper rifle, flagship, or scimitars, whatever they're called. So we'll see if that's what plays out. But here I want to take the experience points so we level up before the next round, or the next PvP round, I should say. Snatch that one up. Ammo is kind of interesting, getting it guaranteed. I think we'll come in and take this one. It's so good if, you know, you want to say put double barrel out here, but you don't have ways to give it plus ammo. You know, if you can get that double barrel up to 5 or 6 ammo on its own, you don't really need the other items to make it work. So, see if we can't get something out of that.
Young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
If not, you can find stuff like, you know, if you randomly find a battery. Right, battery works pretty well with flagship. Getting those activations on it and then stacking up the extra ammo with that thing. Useful stuff that you could do there. Alright. Seems like we should be winning here. We only have scaling on the shields, don't have scaling on the attacks, so we're just going to have to keep waiting on the sandstorms to turn up. Getting worked over, Dooley. Getting worked over. You deserve it after that last patch. It was fun though. Dooley was actually quite fun in that last patch. I get that he was pretty overtuned, but just so many different directions you could take all the Dooley builds. It was very interesting to play. All right, day 5. What do we got here? I think I'm just leaning towards taking the chest. Just keep giving me those experience points. See, kind of wait on the large item or the build around item to turn up before we really invest all that money. Gold items has a lot of potential for goodness. Not super interested in Chimera. It just doesn't have any of the keywords that you want, right? If we're going to go for, say, like sniper rifle, we would prefer to have dock lines. If we're going to go for flagship, it doesn't have friend or tool or anything, and so it's just all around kind of awkward. Next set, though, big boom potential here in the swashbuckle, right? It might just be reasonable to take right now, and then we'll just look to sell it later. Move away from this kind of armor stacking idea and get some real damage onto the submarines. Gonna get the submarine up, plus 75 damage here. Okay. I don't hate it. And then if we find another weapon to stack in along the way, it should look pretty decent. Do something like this. Pearl even gets the bonus off the swashbuckle. I didn't realize that. It's kind of nice. But all right, let's fight the rocket trooper. He's got lots of good items for us. Crit stuff, haste stuff with things like shadow cloak, flashy reload. If we, make us able to go over to double barrel or something. Great options out here. Boomed him. Ooh, the flashy reload. And so we could definitely look to just say fit in double barrel. It would need to be, say, like double barrel submarine. Flagship doesn't really work with the swashbuckle since it doesn't have the right keywords, but definitely some potential here. With this, just going to take the poison item. It's actually kind of interesting. It's just at this stage, we don't want the small items. We don't have the money for gumballs. Let's take the upgrades in here. I'm leaning towards just upgrading the crow's nest. It's going to put the 25 damage on the submarine while it's at it. Okay. And then if we do put another weapon in, it's kind of like a double upgrade, right? Didn't turn up immediately here. Let's take the boost, the free temporary boost. And then I'm pretty tempted to just put this thing in. Look at that, man. the blowgun coming out for 136 poison out the gates. That's pretty big number. Let's actually just do this. Keep the coral in for the heal aspect in case we're getting poisoned, and then just fucking drop it. Drop that big blowgun out here. That was not where I was expecting this to go, but so much poison coming out of that thing. We just gonna get nuked by Fixer Upper. It seems like he doesn't have the full combos yet. He doesn't have the cooldown reduction on the Fixer Upper. Already got him up to 200 some poison. LOL. LOL, that's sick, right? Oh my goodness. I wonder if we're just gonna have to stick with this blowgun. Well, we got us a victory there. Swashbuckle into blowgun, huh? Okay. All right, though. So next day, let's jump in. Let's just go to the docks and grab the experience points. Right? Oh shit, we don't have the experience points thing. It's like with $14, I'm not super excited about trying to pick up items. Let's still hit up the docks. Could look to tools. No, we're not going to fit it in. Just weapons at this point. Oh man, I kind of forgot about our iron sharpens iron, just boosting up the blowgun. But here we got access to the ammo. It's it's tough for me to decide if you really want to stick to this blowgun forever. I do appreciate its value for the memes, but its value at getting up to 10 wins is kind of a different story, and so we'll see how that goes. Just in here looking for a double barrel now. All of the other ammo items are kind of meh. Should be able to skip through this pretty quick. Could, I guess, look for an item to replace coral with. Maybe we shouldn't have dismissed bolas so fast. I'd rather have bolas than coral, especially since we can refill the ammo with flashy reload. And so maybe we'll pay a little bit more attention on the next one. But with this, I do know if we can beat the Lich. We're kind of strong with him in the sense that we have the sustain coming out of the submarine, but he's poison damage, and so it doesn't protect a ton against it. So let's just take the guaranteed win here. Maybe we get something cool out of this one. Slap down one of these big grenades. That could be another single item over here to hang out next to our blowgun. How do we get the cooldown down on blowgun? It's like I just now that we have the swashbuckle, I kind of want to just want to go all in on this thing. It's a tough cooldown to drop though. All right, next set. With the medium items, again, we're kind of lacking in money. Let's just take the chocolate bars on this one. Sell some of this stuff we're never going to use. I don't think we ever really use any of that aquatic package. All right, now we can come to the gold tier skills again. Like with this, I like to take the gold ones. It's just too much stuff when you run into, say, weapon skills, and then you get the choice between like 2 silvers and a bronze. I would rather just roll the dice on these gold skills because they're so much stronger. Now, it is a little bit interesting in here with heavy firepower. It's not going to be the weapon du jour as far as blowgun goes. Like, I guess technically we can just pull the coral out and then get that big weapon bonus from the heavy firepower out here. I just have this in mind with double barrel. Double barrel is going to work fantastically with this stuff, and so I'm pretty interested in it. Venomous Blade's not terrible. I'll kind of speculate on it sometimes, but I think this is just way too good here. All right, let's fight the bounty hunters. Get all that extra experience points. We do have the submarine to where we could just get the full 5 experience, but I think the gold is probably going to be worthwhile. All of the items in this are kind of shitty. Picking up ambush can be okay. Picking up wanted poster can be okay. This isn't a very strong item-centric opponent. Haven't even hit him with these bomb-ass blowguns yet. Why even bother? Got to get that 300 crit blowgun damage in. God, it feels so good. Okay, so yeah, definitely want to clear these items out. Make sure we get that 50 bonus damage. Let's hit it. See how we look at here with our 9 hex build. Oh, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. See how this holds up against Dooley. A lot of shields out here. Interesting, he has his combat core out to the left generating the shields. He landed a slow on our blowgun, though. It's kind of scary. There's the big hit, though. Zing. See ya. Oh, man, that feels good. That feels good. I don't know how you're feeling out there, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. Oh, what a bunch of nonsense. Okay. So our big boy Colt out here. See if he's got that double barrel. Not on the first page. I'm going to skip on this idea of putting the items on board now that we have the heavy firepower, but I think I do want to purchase all of these 4 gold or less items to help level up that iron sharpens iron. I might have missed that on a round or two before. I'm pretty certain we had like silver bolas out there before, so we could skip past that. The always interesting boulder turns up. I don't think this is a boulder build today. We're doing too much meme power with our blowgun to go and double meme with the boulder. But that seems fine. Not really interested in Artisan of the Dunes. We're scaling up hard enough without needing that. Let's just go to the non-weapon items, see if we hit something big out here. Can get chum. It should sell for $4 and then also level up our iron sharpens iron, I think. No, we got the piranha, but it doesn't count as buying it. Whatever. Dumbass game. Skip past these. No upgrades in there. Okay, though. Okay. Get this shit out of here. So what you got for us? Another ammo? I'm on board with that. It's not something we're bringing forth right now, but if we do land a double barrel and we don't have 100% crit on the submarine, it gives us a little bit of leeway in terms of that running out of ammo. Now here, always up for fighting the thug. Just bonk is such a huge game winner. Even if we miss with bonk, something like strength would be okay. Bar of gold sells for $40 now, so some pretty decent stuff out here. Rip your health, bro. Look at that. It's way more than way more than a pufferfish would do. Dang. Dang, dang. All right, we can jump into items now. We got a healthy amount of cash, and we'll buy these 4 gold weapons. No upgrades otherwise. Won't buy the 8 gold ones though. That's a little too pricey for my tastes at this point. Then in the next set, leaning towards chocolate bars. I like this idea of stacking up health a bit, just getting a little bit of time for that blowgun to activate. I'd definitely not hate on you for taking relax, but we're about midway through the game at this point. Feels like chocolate bars should be on the table. Getting ready for Valentine's Day and stuff with these chocolate bars out here. Fucking sell. God damn it. Reminder, Valentine's Day is coming up. If you're, oh shit, this video is going to come out on Valentine's Day. So if you turned this on at 8 a.m. Central Time and realized you forgot about Valentine's Day, you got time, you know. head down to the grocery store and get a card, get a box of chocolates. You got time. All right, here we go, up against Dooley with this one.
Go ahead.
Get our box of chocolates ready out here.
This more fun.
Do this in Forrest Gump voice the rest of the way. How to get canceled in 10 seconds or less. Just do the whole video in Forrest Gump voice. All right, how we got to manage here though? He's not really stacking up burn that fast. We're about to hit our first poison. There's that 300 some burn. We should get this pretty easy the rest of the way. I'd feel much better about this if we had like lifesteal on the submarine. So we're getting the lifesteal and the shield bonuses out of it while we just sat around and waited on our blowgun. So maybe I don't know. Maybe lifesteal will turn up at some point. But still, I was like more interested in just being double barrel with either submarine or trebuchet. But I don't know. It's working at this point, I guess. It feels like the kind of build that'll get you 7 wins, but not the kind that'll get you 10. But it's so interesting with poison with this. Like, what was it, like 2 patches ago when the big shield patch? Was that the last patch or 2 patches ago? I don't remember. But the thing that we were, kind of suggesting with Vanessa in that patch is you can't really just go damage. If you go damage, you're going to... if you go damage, then you were just going to run into shields and not be able to do anything, so you just had to ignore the shields and go poison. I don't think we're fast enough to deal with the moderately good fixer-upper builds, but could potentially be something there. Now with this, I'm going to have to look up what the burn effects can do. I'm pretty certain if we burn the blowgun, it's going to do burn equal to the damage, which is pretty stout, right? Dropping... 187 burn and 187 poison on the opponent is pretty good. Same thing. Oh, it's probably 10%, right? It's not going to be the full amount. It's going to do 18 burn, which is not nearly as exciting. But I need to look up what happens with Swashbuckle in terms of these enchants. Oh, cool. It does nothing. You can't even you can't hit it on the Swashbuckle. And so yeah, I'm sure with blowgun, it's going to be. Oh, is this not updated? It actually burns equal to the item's damage. Interesting. And submarine does 10% of the item's damage. I wonder what the difference is. Why the blowgun's not dealing 10%? Well, I'm on board. I'm on board with that full amount of damage onto the blowgun. Let's see if that page is actually accurate or not. Fucking righteous. There's not even enough room on our blowgun for all the stats. How sick is that? Pretty sweet if you ask me. But here, happy to go to the free loot. Gonna be looking for feathers. Reduce the cooldown on the blowgun as much as we can. 6% on the left wing, 6% for everything on the right wing. Taking the one for everything. I did the mathematics on that one. It's gonna be a little bit better. And then coming in here, I'm a little interested in Cosmic Rock. Like, we're only missing out on one experience point to going to the Burninator bot, but the place we're lacking right now is haste. And so I know it's kind of tough to land on Cosmic Wind to get that when you crit haste, but that was what would be spectacular with the likes of Submarine, getting those hastes in very quick. Otherwise, you know, we got a couple feathers out here that could be useful. The crit we still need a little bit of as well.
We barely got off
Didn't
that.
hit, but it's okay. Just lost out on that one experience point. Next set, though, I think we just want to go chocolate bars again. Again, it's like as long as I think as long as we're not just immediately getting OTK'd, then we should be looking pretty good. Now I saw B1, B2 out here. This brings us with the real decision in the sense that I'd like to upgrade everything that we have. I don't really want to get stuck upgrading gunpowder, right? And so I think I'm going to go ahead and sell it. You know, we're not locked in to the blowgun, even if you know, double barrel turns up later. But I want to make sure that we aren't, you know, upgrading something that we can't hit. And so this looks good. Swashbuckle upgrade, submarine upgrade. Probably just locked into these items now. I guess you can technically replace the blowgun with the double barrel or something, but that seems, I don't know, man. It's so hot. We already put we already put the enchantment on it. It's already doing so much shit out here.
May be young for a captain.
Just hitting that crit, dropping 400 burn, 400 poison. That's so sick. Yeah, this guy's slow. What the fuck's he doing? Chum buckets? What the hell is this? He's dropping slows on our blowgun. I know that's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Activate. Pop off. Okay, there we go. Is it too slow now? God damn it.
No ball.
Guess we shouldn't have talked shit about his chum bucket. What's he have? Heavy submarine putting the slows out? This game's bullshit. Alright, whatever. What's up next? And so burn skills, poison skills, or Vanessa skills. I'm kind of interested in burn or poison skills. I know the ones that I want are going to be like diamonds, the ones that immediately haste at the start of the battle. But that's what we're going to be digging for here. I think we'd prefer to stick in with poison skills.
I'm a professor.
Just because it's going to, you know, our preferred stack is poison, I believe, not so much burn. But doesn't land in here, some kind of weapon thing, the freeze thing, toxic, that's just, we're only going to activate this item once. Didn't find it in here. Can get some use out of improvised poison. Right, when you crit, your poison items gain 1 poison, but, like, let's be real. Like, getting 10 crits on the submarine to put 10 poison on the blowgun isn't that spectacular. Let's just take the chemical fire. Just take the guaranteed upgrade on it at this point. Alright. So what's up next? Aquatic can hit both of our items.
If you find it in the sea, that means it's treasure.
Alright, nothing on the first set, no weapons. Nothing on the second, big bummer.
I thought for sure you'd like these.
Alright, what's up next? More chocolate bars? We're running out of money at this point. We spent a ton of money on that swashbuckle and the submarine, and so we'll at least just take the cheap ones. Get that out of here. I think we can beat... God damn it, why does it keep doing this? Whatever. We'll leave it there for a while. It's only 10 health at this point. And so actually kind of interesting here. I think we can beat the Death Knight Reaper. We have enough sustain with the shield out of the submarine that could be a thing. The Blood Reef Captain does give us that opportunity to get the Crow's Nest upgrade, but we're maxed out on crit as it is. We could technically get more since we're using Swashbuckle, right? It is relevant getting that additional crit on the Crow's Nest, but I think I'm just going to shoot for the experience points out here. Maybe pick up a little bit of gold just as we run into like that last Vanessa round. Like we need to just buy the time to pop off a shot of our blowgun, and leveling up is going to give us experience, help us stack up that way. Might pick up a rando skill like this thing, when you fall below half health, cleanse a bunch of shit. So there can be some useful stuff here. It seems a little bit better than maybe spiking a crow's nest. Was a nice pickup here though, right? That 20% crit to your weapons comboing in with the swashbuckle. Good stuff. Get the crit talisman as well. Gonna put that on the submarine though. I want the sustain to keep cranking up with it. Alright, so that looks good. Go to Finn's big bite. Gonna pick up the shields off of him. What's up next? Large items. We can use some of those. Not this set. Boulder. One day we'll make a boulder video, right? Here's our submarine upgrade. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, fam. We just need haste. Like, haste is all we're lacking at this point, I believe.
My fight isn't
Got the max crit, got the way to go, got the sustain. Just need that haste to get our items activating, or the opposite, something like heavy on our submarine would be decent. Up against a railgun here, immediately dropping a slow on our blowgun. This game's bullshit. Slow on our blowgun and then just freezing our submarine for like 5 seconds. What did we get? 1 item activation? I saw our submarine pop and it took him down like 25% health, and I was like, this is gonna go okay. And then it didn't. Then it didn't. But at least we survived at 1 prestige. I don't watch this too closely, but we have 2 losses before we're dead, and so we at least get a bit of time out of that. Pick up the regen. We don't have any money. We'll pick up the chocolate bars. We're still poor. It's probably because we left that 1 chocolate bar in our bag, right? Still won't let us sell it. All right, so what's up next? Trash Titan. Probably not going to be useful. Well, he does have the large item. Is he the right one? I know he has. I think he's pulled it off. Didn't Trash Titan used to have the thing to where like large items got plus 72 damage on the skills? I think he did, but they just took it out. I don't think that skill's even in the game anymore. Your large items get bonus damage. I think they took all of those out. Replace them with that stuff to where if you have like 7 items on the board, then you get some kind of bonus. Alright, but here, not super interested in upgrades. We'll take the gold skills. Again, looking for haste. Captain's Charge is fantastic, right? Use a large item, haste 3 items for 3 seconds. Exactly what we need to get this blowgun up and running. It's just we're missing out on the hastes at this point. Now, fantastic. Enchant an item with crit effects. We could put Deadly on the crow's nest. Whenever we crit, they're going to deal double damage. And so we should be dropping like 800 poison if the blowgun actually gets its time to drop a hit. So let's see. Maybe this will be the time we get to see it, right? Our submarine activates, hastes everything. Here comes the blowgun. Drops 400 poison. They have double crit. They have double crit damage, but it doesn't double the poison. That's bullshit. Why do we even play this game? Why do we even bother? All right, I'm gonna fix it though. We gotta get that 10 health this time. I'm gonna call our shot. That's been the problem all along. We need that 10 health, and then we're gonna be ready for victory. The game just fucking break. There we go. Still in the closed beta, right? Closed beta was supposed to end in November, but still out here just cruising along. That's okay. I'm enjoying myself. Here we go. Chocolate bar's gone. All right, up against Vanessa. Let's see what we can do. Get up to that win number 7. Definitely feel good.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Get some kind of single item. Oh, submarine. We're way better than this submarine. He's got to pull off some serious nonsense to beat us here. He doesn't have the items. Okay.
Defeat does
Rip.
not defeat me.
That health drops so fast once the blowgun starts to hit. Beautiful. Alright, what's up next? Diamond skills. Give me something good. So shield thing. That's not awful. 10 times you crit charge. Alacrity should be pretty good. Since we're popping off a bunch of hits with the submarine fast, I'd still like rather just have like round start haste something, right? Round start haste aquatic item would be fantastic. Haste blowgun would be fine, but I think this should work nicely. Either get the submarine activating itself faster so we have more shields, or the submarine charging up the blowgun. Works for me. All right, so what's up next? I'm leaning towards just going for gumballs. It's just like we only have one aquatic item that we could find. And so, it is nice having the full collection of items to where crit matters, damage matters, shield matters on the submarine, the health is relevant as well. So glad to hit that. Now, what's Captain's Charge upgrade? Haste 4 items for 3 seconds. We don't need that. Can take the heavy firepower upgrade. I'm pretty tempted. Like, I don't care about our damage at this point. Our damage is good. I care about haste, and so I think I'm going to take a roll, even though that heavy firepower is quite good, and see if we can't just come out and spike a haste thing. We didn't land on it. Left eye is not as good as heavy firepower would have been, but I think that's the mindset to be in here. We've got to look for those hastes. Now here we can fight Frost Street Champion. Forgot to sell the gumball, so we're missing out on a bit of damage, but shouldn't matter for this round. Rip. Oh, it doesn't get old, man. It doesn't get old. I love just seeing that health total fucking drop. Freeze non-weapon items for 2 seconds. That should be sick. It just does literal nothing to our board, but potentially freezes a bunch of the opposing stuff. Gotta dig that. Now we got some chocolate bars turning up. Let's sell all these things. Come into these chocolate bars. Gonna get the expensive ones. That's how I roll. Get that out of here. Now, Curio, I don't think he's gonna sell anything too useful. Like, I don't hate picking up the haste or picking up the slow. Pearl's dig site we could go to just to try and make money, right? You try and spike a diamond large item and sell it for 24 or something, but I'm just gonna pick up the regen here. Seems universally pretty good with what we're doing. Now we'll take that loot item. Gunpowder turns back up. Not what we're looking for, but
We're out to dethrone
it's okay.
the
Alright.
to squabble
Alright, let's see how it goes. Let's see if we just get zoinked by a fucking fixer-upper here. It's what he's got in the middle. Oh, that's a land scrape. Nope, toxic fixer-upper. Got that freeze on it. I don't know if it's gonna be enough though. Got our poison down. Suck it, bro. Oh, that was sick. That blizzard was so sick. Oh man. Get fucking wrecked, fixer-upper. That's what life's all about right there. I gotta remember that blizzard's pretty good against that bullshit. Alright, so moving on. Not gonna go to Tox Clocks and try and spike an upgrade. We'll just take the temporary boost. I wonder if it's better just to take the 600 health instead of the 25 damage. It is now, I clicked it. So that looks good. Just take the regen here. Again, not going to try and spike the large items. Just want to take something that's guaranteed good. Go and fight the Awakened District for the health bonus. Should be pretty good again. I mean, dropping those freezes right at the beginning is so good. Get fucking worked over, bro. Okay, oh, Soul of the District. Not today. you could technically fit it in here, right? We got the space for it, but I'm on board with this blowgun right here, just fucking people up. Gonna take the skills, try and find a haste. Not Tiny Dancer. No need to hold me closer, Tony Danza. Now what's up with this other stuff? There we go, right? At the start of each fight, haste poison item. Perfect. So that looks good. Chocolate bars turning up now. Alright, doing the work. I don't like to call my shot anymore because you just run into so much bullshit that you can't accidentally beat. But feels like we're off and running pretty good. Let's hit the portal. Maybe we hit a good enchant. Could get deadly. Like the cult is tough at this point, right? I would be happy to put deadly onto submarine, but dropping 1500 health is such a big deal at this point, right? If we hit this on day 6 and you give up 200 or 300 health or whatever, but hitting it on day 12 and giving up 1500 hit points is just way too much. And so we'll skip over that here. I'll just take the silver ritual dagger. Be a little bummed about it. Now up against Vanessa.
My fight is
Okay, okay.
but if you insist,
See how we do. Got that
you should
haste,
know
got that shit
I'm
we
a
were looking
different
for.
legend on Pelago.
I dig it. Another crow's nest build. Off to the races. Here comes the burn. He's getting some heals in there. We got some of our sustain dropped for a little bit. Didn't know if we were going to win it or not, but got there at the end of the day. Ooh, go bust. Doing it well. Doing it. That was an LL Cool J song. Do y'all remember that one? Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I represent Queens. I was raised out in Brooklyn. You know that? It's just like, I think the whole video is just like LL Cool J's mouth and he's licking his lips the whole time. Is that it? Or maybe he just does that a lot. This is what you should stop. Well, here's what you should do since it's Valentine's Day. You already went to the grocery store and got your card and your box of chocolates. Your lady will love it, I'm sure, or your man, whatever you're into. Drop a little doing it on him later. Not to imply anything, you know, that you're gonna get some of that Valentine's Day sexy time. You're just gonna turn it on, set the mood, and tell her let's go play a game of pickleball or something. You know, that's a nice little Valentine's Day. Hey girl, I got a song for you. It's "Doing It" by Cool J. Turn it on, get the mood set, then go play pickleball. I feel it. That's a nice little way to spend your holiday. That's it right there. That's probably what I'll do. I'll report back on Monday how pickleball went. I haven't played a game. That's what us old fucks do now, right? You get old, like you get a knee replacement, and then you just start playing pickleball. So, you know, that's what we're doing. So let's see here. We got the poison haste, right? So now I'm going to go into burn skills, see if we can't get burn haste so they can just both stack up on our blowgun. Not landing here on the first one. Let's take a look on the second. Chemical burn turns back up. Not super interested. These are all kind of garbage. I guess freeze can be somewhat relevant. It's more relevant than getting just a couple points of burn, so we'll snatch that one up. Let's go to Finn's Big Bite, grab all of this extra health. See if we can't survive long enough for the blowgun to go off. What's left? Medium and large items? Sure. Get in here real quick. No crow's nests. All right. Let's hope this is it. Final battle, day 13. Push the button. Oh, up against a pig. This has got to be a fixer-upper pig, right? It's going to get that fucking shut down right at the start. Oh, man. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, it's on the right. Okay. Oh, no, it's a fort build. I was getting amped up. What is this nonsense? He's got a giant fucking Langzang out here. Got our poison popping off, though. Suck it, bro. Get that fort shit out of here. Nice. Nice. Okay, okay. Nice little 10 wins coming right at you. Burning blowgun right to the dome. Not what I expected, but I'm definitely definitely glad with how this one turned out. And so yeah, that was an interesting set, an interesting battle. You know, I feel like we did the best that you can, starting with barrel. You know, I feel like we talked about that extensively. It's fine. It's good early game, but I don't really like digging into late game aquatic builds because I just don't think they're very good this patch. You know, it's a bummer. The pufferfish feels like it should be good, given the prevalence of shields coming out of fixer-upper builds, but it's just way too slow. You can't take all that time to scale up, and so they don't really cut it. And so I think that, you know, we were on track. You know, I feel like if you're going to be doing good stuff with aquatic builds, I like that idea of using the cove and using the captain's wheel as your source of kind of sustain and haste, since the captain's wheel is just so good. But you know, again, like we didn't really land on the start that would let us kind of go all in with that. We didn't hit any shield skills. We didn't find anything that really led to that. And so, you know, it was kind of off to the races here, right? We hit that swashbuckle, we had the crow's nest, and then we made the most of it. I wasn't really intending on this to be some kind of blowgun plus submarine build. That wasn't really on my my bingo card of videos that we were ever going to make, but this turned out, you know, pretty well. I was quite happy with how the build turned out here with the blowgun for damage and the submarine for sustain. and then just being able to stall just long enough to get that blowgun up and running. And so, I feel like we approached this pretty well. We were able to kind of recognize that, we have the damage in blowgun, we have the sustain in submarine, we have the full amount of crit from the crow's nest plus the swashbuckle. All that's left is to find a little bit of damage scaling, which we had in the iron sharpens iron, and then we needed to find haste stuff, right? I feel like we made a serious point to try and find haste stuff as our a point of lacking, right? We lost those rounds to where our build was just too slow to activate, and then once we found those haste items and kind of comboed them off with Blizzard, stopping the opponent and letting us activate faster, able to shoot that right up to 10 wins. And so, good stuff. I had fun with that. Hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a thing or two along the way. You had a good time watching. This is Bustin' We. Thank you for being here.